I enjoyed seeing this story told through dance. And the dancer did a wonderful job. The choreographer also did a wonderful job in just being able to express how the emotions that were coming through. It wasn't only written on her face, but you could also see it in the choreography. And that was great. Plus the twist at the end was really, really brilliant. I didn't see that coming, so I enjoyed that very much.
I really like this piece. This was unusual. It's a young woman in sort of a storage warehouse place, not quite sure where she is, and then she starts dancing, sort of, it seems like trying to get out of this storage place, perhaps. And it just kind of worked. The music was weird. The photography was weird. The dancing was a little weird, but it was all of a piece of the same cloth, if you will. And at the end, she's sort of there, and it worked. I thought it really worked, and it was short enough so it didn't overstay its welcome. So congratulations. I thought it was a really cool way of using what you have and being very creative with it.
The short's job is to make the atmosphere of the film as unsettling as possible, and it definitely did that. Not only does it do this through both visual and sound editing, which were both very good, but also through some other elements like the flickering lights in the storage locker or the use of the shaky cam as she's running through the hallway. This was either all a very elaborate way of just portraying a nightmare, or it was meant to give us a glimpse of the protagonist's internal conflicts. But I thought the short was well done, particularly from a technical standpoint.
It was a really cool piece in the sense of the idea of being trapped in a maze. And something that I really liked about it was the setting that they found, and just that hallway of steel cages and not being able to have a direct route, or you see something beyond the cage but you can't get to it because there is a cage right there. So it was really interesting to see, and I think the setting itself really helped with being able to tell the story. But then when you add in this like manic and kind of chaotic choreography to it, it really helps build that stress level of not being able to find an exit. And it was just done so well, and even through the acting of it all, and just the expressions of it, really came together in selling that idea of being in a maze. And it really is just kind of like a fever dream of when you wake up and you're like, wait a second, where was I, what happened, and all that. So overall, really great job.
Very intriguing exploration of space. I loved all the layering throughout the whole thing, the visual layering, the layers of movement, and even in the sound, it was all like layer upon layer, and it just all added up to this confusion, and we really got the sense of anxiety coming through all of the way it all worked together, the sound and the choreography, the performance. That was very captivating. We totally got that sense of anxiety and being closed in and lost and in the part of the rat race, and then at the end, when she wakes up and we understand what we felt throughout, that it's like this just an interpretation of the stress and inner anxieties that were coming through in this nightmarish scene. So yeah, I thought all the elements worked really well together. The way it was filmed, the editing, loved the music, and I thought the energy of the performance really echoed all of those other elements too. They just came together really nicely.
Confinement in a space that is traditionally for things that are left behind, for things that are this liminal space of things that are excessive or that don't fit in the day-to-day of one's own life, or this in-between location between homes or different settings, which was a really lovely space to project upon, and already had so much context to it and meaning to it that made for some really nice levels and layers, and was a great place to explore these themes of being lost, of being forgotten, left behind, or wanting to escape, and to create one's own life instead of being in this waiting period or with remains of other people's lives. I thought the movement of the piece was really well executed with the camera work, that traveling through space with the flux of emotion of anger and this motivation to find an exit and a place to belong was really well captured by the angles and the movement of the camera. I thought this was a really interesting piece. Gave me a lot to think about, and I thought was very well executed.
It's quite dynamic. You can feel trapped because of the music, and the movement helps identify anguish, frustration, anxiety. It has an outstanding twist at the end. I really enjoyed it. It is quite engaging.
Awesome. It was less of a dance piece for me and more of like an action film. There were so many things that I loved about it. I loved the music, which really helped to create a mood and an environment of rushing, panic, anxiety, like just like the clock's ticking and you have to go. So creating that kind of panicky mood, the energy of the dancer and the personality that you can see come out. The athleticism of the dancer, and then also the editor, who just did such a great job of cutting in and out, making sure that, it ended on certain beats and certain sounds, and just the effects that kind of played throughout. It was really great and fun to watch as an audience member, because you're really rooting for the dancer to escape or get wherever they're going to go. You don't know where they're going, but you want them to get there. So I thought it was fun. It was fast paced, and I was like in it from the beginning. Great job.